Yeah, good morning, guys. Before we start the class, yesterday we have discussed data manipulation language commands, data retrieval language commands, and also transaction control language commands. So in the transaction language commands, we have discussed commit, rollback, and before starting with our today's class, let's once more discuss what is a save point, and uh, and let's try to understand using using an example. Yeah. So this is a save point. So using the save point, what we can do is we can create a point at any point in a database. So to where we can roll back to or commit to that till that point of a particular transactions. So yeah, here we see. So this is our database. Sorry, this is our table. Select staff and student. Yeah. So currently we have nine records. So here what I am doing is I am creating a save point here. Save point S1. So a save point has been created here. Now what I am doing is I am inserting some data into the table. Values. So ID is 111. Name is XXX. Course is Oracle, and the rate is syslet. So we have mobile number 2 in this table. So we have to enter all the 5 values here. So for mobile number I am giving none. So one row is inserted, and we will insert one more row here. One to one, and here the name is. So this row is also inserted. Let's create save point S2. So using the save point, what we have done. So earlier 9 transactions has already been committed to the database. So for those 9 transactions, we have created a save point called S1, and after that, I entered these two columns and made it a save point S2. So if I roll back to S1. So if I roll back to S1, what is going to happen? So the only transactions what we have done earlier to the save point S1 will be stored, and these two will be rolled back. These two insert statements will be rolled back. So let us see. So as of now, we have how many rows? We have 11 rows, including these two that we have added. So if I use rollback to S1, so the rollback complete. So now let us see how many points here, or how many records do we have. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, see, we have only 9 records. These two has been rolled back because we are rolling back to the point where this S1 is created. So S1 is created, from there the transaction has been saved, and after this we have inserted these two and created a save point. So by rolling back to this point, what we are doing, so these statements will be rolled back. So these statements are not going to be effective in our database anymore. So we are rolling back to here. So this is the save point, guys. We can do the same to using commit also. By using the commit, what we can do, we can store the values to the database for permanent. So this is save point, and so after the save point, today in this class, so is save point clear, guys, to everyone? Or you want me to repeat once more? Yeah, okay then. So today in our class we are going to discuss the different types of operators we have in Oracle. So what are the operators we have? So first one we will discuss the comparison operators. So the comparison operators, while we check any value in the where class, so we can use these operators. Like if the value is equal, if the column value is equal to a particular value, then we use equal to, and if this is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. So these are the comparison operators we have in Oracle. So let's try to understand them using an example. So here what I'm going to do, select star from student where id equals to 101. So here what I am using, I am using I equals to. So which is nothing but a comparison operator. So if we see here, equal to is a comparison operator. So what we are getting, we are getting the records with the having id 101. So and what are the different other operators? We have less than or equals to. So let's see how we use less than. So less than 101. If we have any records less than 101, we will get those records. So we do not have any records less than 101. That's the reason we are not getting. If we are see give here 301. See, these are the columns having ID less than 301. So records less than 301. And the same for the it will apply same for the remaining values. So less than equal to, greater than equal to, and not equal to. So not equals to we can use either using this is a not equals to operator. So what it will do, so it will fetch all the records except 101 record. So see here, it is fetching all the details, but it is not picked 101. And not for not equals to we can use this operator also, negation equals to. So both are same, less than, greater than. If you write here this way or this way, so both are not equals to only. So these are the comparison operators we have, and then we have few logical operators. So logical operators are, so these we use in the where class. So like AND is used when you are going to have multiple conditions in a where class. So generally what we have here, so this is a statement with a where class. We have one condition here, which is id equals to 101. So what we are saying, so when id is 101, you need to fetch the details. But let us say you need a requirement where you need to fetch the data with whose id is 101 and name is triple A. So let's do that. And name equals to triple A. So by doing this, so what we are going to do? So we are going to fetch the record which have ID as 101 and name as 11 A. So when we use AND operator, so the both the conditions you write should satisfy. So it will pick the record, so would satisfy both the both conditions. So here ID is 101, correct, and name is AAA, correct. So that's the reason it picked only this record and it didn't pick another record which having ID as 101. So the reason its name is different. It is not AAA. So it needs to satisfy both the conditions, then only it will pick the record. So it is an operator. And another operator we have is OR operator. So R operator is also same, but what is it is also its purpose is also same. So what it will do, it will just pick the, it is used to write multiple conditions in a where class. So but what it will do here, so it will pick the records which are having, which can satisfy either this condition or this condition or both conditions. So here let's see. So it is getting two records here because the ID is 101 is true for two columns and name AAA is and true for this record. So it will pick the records which satisfy any of the condition or both of the conditions. So that is R. If any of the condition is true, it will pick the data, or if the both of the conditions are true also, it will pick the data. So that is R. R operator for us. And the next one is not. So the not command, so the not operator used to perform. Uh, it will fetch the data which are not satisfying our condition. So let's write a query here. Select star from student where not id equals to 101. So by writing the not, what we are saying, so fetch all the records which are having ID other than 101. So it will not pick the records with ID 101. It will pick all the remaining records. So see. So see, this picking 201, 601, 701, 801, but it is not picking 101. So the reason is we have mentioned not. So which will, so what it is going to do, it is going to pick the condition records for which the condition we write. So this is the condition, it is not true. So this is not operator. So these are the logical operators, and we have a few special operators. So any doubts in here guys till here? So we have and, or, and not. And is to get the records using and. So all the conditions you write in where class must be true, and it needs to be satisfy all the conditions. Whereas for R, any one of the conditions is true, that will be fine. It will fetch the record. For not, it will fetch the records for which the condition we write is not satisfied. So special operators. We have a special operator. So let's see what are those. So between and. So what between and undo is, so it will fetch the records whose values are fall under a certain range of values. So let's try to understand using an example. So here what I'm going here what our requirement is, we need to pick the records whose are having the ID between 100 and 500. So for 100 and 500 we need to pick the value. So select star from student where, so IDs are showing in the column ID, right? So ID between 100 and 500. So see, this is the bit this is how we are using between operator. So ID is the column between. After between, we need to write the minimum range value, and then and we need to write the maximum range value. So if we execute this, so what are the records we are going to fetch? The value, so the records whose values are between 100 and 500. See, so these all are having 100, 200 and 100 only. So the other which is not fetched, they are having the ID more than 500 or less than 100. So that's the reason it picked only these 6 values. So this is the between and the next one is in where. So in operator. So between and what it do, so it will fetch the records based on the range, whereas in what in do is, so it will fetch the records from a list of values. So you will give particular a list of values like 3 values, 4 values, 5 values, or any number of values. So it will fetch the records who are in those lists. So what is the list you give? So if those values are in the list, so then those records will be fetched. So we'll understand using an example. So select star from student where ID. So here you need to use in like this. In, so open parenthesis. So what I'm going to do is, so 101 is one ID I am giving, 201 is 1, and 301 is 1. So let us see. So see the result here, guys. So we are getting only the records which are having ID 101, 201 and 301. So with the 301 we don't have any record. So that's the reason we didn't pick any record with 301. And it is picked only with 101 and 201. So see here. So if it is in this, so in this value, in this list of values, then only it will pick. It between is work for range. So from 100 to 500, if it is any value like 101, 102, 104, 201, 202, so it will pick any record between when we use between. Whereas in, so it will pick only particular values. So for 101 only it will work, 201 only it will work, 301 only it will work. So it is the list of values you give. So it is in operator, and the next one is null. So is null is operator, so which is used to check whether we have any null values or not. So let us see how is null is work. Select star from student where course is null. So null is nothing but if we give any value while we are inserting the data into table, automatically null will be stored in that place. So if we see for few courses we didn't enter the value yesterday, so it is already storing as null. So it will pick the records which are for which are having course as null. So the course is null. So let us see how many records we have with course is null. See, so for all these records, the course is null. The reason is we didn't enter the value at the time of insertion. So it is null. We can also use is not null. So what is not null do? So it will pick the records which are having actually a value. That means which are not null. So here. So for these we have values Oracle, Java, Oracle, and for these, and if you delete this, delete here. So what? Sorry, not here. So what it is going to do? It is going to fetch the course details which are having value null. So this is null operator, and the next one we have is so like operator. So since here what we are doing, so we are using how we are using the conditions. Here you see we are using equals to, and we have also seen a few examples using less than. So but what it will do, it will check for the exact data. If you give equals to, it will check for exact 101. If it is 101 is there, then only it will pick. But let us say if you want to pick a similar you don't know the exact value, but you have some idea, and you know some pattern of the string you are going to search. So in this case, how we perform the select operator, so that we can use like operator. So using the like, what we are going to do, it is going to, we are going to search for the values which are going to match the string pattern. So string pattern, using the string pattern, we can, for using the string pattern, Oracle has provided two wildcard entities. We call them pattern matching operators, and also we call them wildcard operators. So which are underscore and percentile. So here what underscore do for is, so it is used as a single character replacement. So let us see what is this. Select star from student where course like. So earlier so after the course what we are doing, so after actually after actually the column where either we were using equals to or less than or equals to or greater than or equals to or regional or anything like that, but here for using the pattern matching we need to use the like. So let us see. I'm going to pick the records which are I don't know the first character, let us say, but I know the remaining characters. So what it is going to do, it is going to fetch all the records with first name could be anything. So now it will take first name as it will take from 0 to 9 and it will take from A to Z and it will replace with every character and then it will check in our database. So it will first give A and then ARACLE. It will check in our database. So is it there? So it is not there. Then it will go for B. So it will check the same for all the records of the table and it will pick if there are any matching records. So let us see here. So the course name with first one. So this is the, so in this place what we have here, O we have. So that's the reason. So these five are common. So you can see these five are already there in this in the table. So in this underscore place, what it is going to do? So it is going to replace every single character, and it is going to check in our database to check whether any matching operators are there. So any string, any value is there following this pattern. So first value is not, we don't know. So it will check with the remaining. So any records are there with RACLE, ending with RACLE, and the first one it will replace one by one from A to Z and 0 to 9. And it will check in our database and it will fetch the records which match this string pattern. So let us see one more example. Select star from student where name like. So you want to check, you want to fetch the records, you want to fetch the records with name as Shabbir, but you are not sure it is, so you can see my spelling here, it is I, but if in the case if you are not sure it is I or E, so then what we do, so you will just use this underscore operator. So because you are not sure it is a E or I, so in this case you will give the characters SHABB, and here you have confusion. Is it I or E? So and then R, So in this case, so what we do? So you write all the characters, and then when you have a confusion, you write this underscore, and then you write R. So if I execute this, so what is going to do? So it is going to fetch the record with my name, because so here you have a confusion, but using this underscore, so it will fetch the data, it will fetch the details with which are following this pattern, so which are having 7 characters and having SHA baby in the initial, and missing you are giving a missing character here, so you have confusion here, that's the reason you are giving underscore, and in the end it is R. So that's how underscore works. So and another thing we have is percentile. So underscore is used for a single character replacement, whereas if we want to check multiple character replacement, so how we can do that? So either we can do like if we know any how many characters you are missing, like say if you know you are not sure about 2 characters, then you can do this, you can use 2 underscores, and if you are not completely sure how many characters, even you are missing how many characters, and you are not sure about the exact string, then what we do is we use percentile. So percentile, what we'll do earlier, this used to replace a single character. Now what percentile will do is it will replace an entire string, not an entire string, a set of characters. So here we do select star from student where name like. So what we are going to do here? So we need to fetch the details which are end with R. So you are not sure how many records end with so what is the beginning of those letters? You just want how many records end with R. So the records end with R here. So let us see how many records we have. So we have only one, and let us say so we have only one end with R here. So it is see if you see my name is ending with R. So what percentage is doing here? It is replacing. So so it will check for all the strings which are end with R, and it will display us. And let us take another example to understand better. So select star from student where name like. So now I want to fetch the details which starts with B. So how we can do that? We know what is the big starting character, right? It is B, and we don't know the remaining characters. When we don't know the remaining characters and we are uncertain about them, so what we just simply do, so we will use percentile and we will perform the search operation here. So we didn't get any records because we don't have any values start with B. So let's check that it is true or not. So here you can see we have a Balaji starts with B, but it is not getting. The reason here is, so when we check with the values, so it is case sensitive. So we need to give, if it is uppercase, we need to be uppercase only. See here, so it is getting the records which are starts with B. So now it doesn't. So here what we are going to do using the percentile. So it is going to check. So what is the strings start with B and the remaining percentile it is using for pattern matching. So that's how work percentile. If you have any doubts, please ask me, guys. Using on how to use percentile and underscores. Is everyone clear on how to use this? Yeah, okay then. So we'll move forward. Yesterday I was busy, guys, so that's the reason I couldn't share you the class file, like class notes. So I will share today. I will ask Balaji to send file. Okay. Yeah, percentile, B percentile we can use. So someone asked me, can we use percentile, B percentile? So what it is going to do? It is going to fetch all the records which are having B at any point of time. Like it could be in the beginning, or it could be in the middle, or it could be in the end. So see, select star from student where name like. So percentile B percentile. So what it is going to do? So it is going to fetch all the values which are having a character B. So it could be in the beginning or in the middle or in the end, anywhere. So it is going to fetch all the records with which are having a character B. Yeah. So any more doubts, guys, on this? And we can use the combination of these two also, like let us say, so you know the second character only, let us say the only the second character, you don't know the first character or you don't know the last character, but you are sure. So the second character, so what is the second character? So let us get an example. So where the second character of the name should be H, where name like, so the first character we don't know. So but the second character is should. So it is H. So as we don't know the first character, what we are going to do is the first character is a single character. We are going to use underscore, and we don't know the remaining characters. So what we are going to do, use a percentile. So it is going to fetch all the records which are having second character as H. So the second character as H we have only for Shabir record. So that's we are getting here. So we can use a combination of these two also, but while we using, you need to make sure you use like command, not equals to operator or less than or equal to or greater than operators, it will not work. So you need to use the like operator, then only this percentile and underscore will be you can use. Yeah, measure I will discuss in the end of the class. Sure. And we have a, so I'm moving forward, guys. So dual table. So what is a dual table is Oracle, not only Oracle, all the databases provide as a dummy table with the database itself. So so then what is the use of it means? So we can use it to perform any calculations, or we can use it to know the system date, or there are some predefined functions in every database. Like in Oracle we have a lot of predefined functions that we'll discuss in our next class. So for using to understand the functionality of those predefined functions and use these predefined functions also, we can use a dual table. So let us see it with few examples. So it is a one by one table actually. So if you just write select star from dual, so what we're going to do, so it is a dummy and its value is x. So so it is a one by one table, means one row and one column. So it is this structure is fixed by it. This structure is fixed by Oracle. But if you want to get multiple columns, we can do that. Like let's first try to sorry. So we just perform a simple calculation. Like you want to know what is the 10 multiplied by 20. So if you want to get this result, you can just simply use this. Select 10 multiply 10 into 20 from dual. So what we are getting here, so we are getting the result here. And if you want to do multiple calculations at the same time, so you can use this also. So this is one use of this, using to perform any calculation, to any simple calculation. And if you want to know the sys date, so sys date, to know the data of the system, so we can use dual table. And like we have few predefined functions. Like length is one function, guys. I will discuss it about it in the later classes. So what length is going to do? It is going to fetch the length of a particular string you give. Like suppose if you give A, B, C, D, so it is going to fetch the length. So let us see how we can do it. So 4. So this you for checking the functionality of these predefined functions also, and we can use a dual table. So this is a dual table, which is a dummy table, which we use for performing calculations or to check the functionality of any predefined functions. And what we have is arithmetical operators. So the other operators we have is arithmetical operators. So what are the operators allowed? Like, so what are the arithmetical functions allowed in Oracle? So we can use addition, plus to use the add, minus to subtract, multiply, divide, and this is power operator. So to get the power, here you can see for the addition, just we have seen an example. If I want to use 10 plus 20, like if I want to add 10 plus 20, so how I am doing 10 plus 20. from dual. So for the addition, the operator is plus. For the subtraction, minus. So these are the operators allowed in Oracle. So for multiplication it is star, and for division it is slash. So the division operator. And if you want to get the power, we can use this. So these are the arithmetic operators, and these are the operators, guys. Comparison operator, logical operator. So in the comparison, we have how we compare the column values to the values we provide. So this is comparison operator. This is the logical operator. So how we use and, or, and not, and special operators are between, in and is null, and like operators. So in the like operators, we have two pattern matching operators, which are underscore and percentile, and in the dual table is a dummy table, so which we use to perform in a simple calculations, or to check the functionality of predefined functions, or to get the system. So system is also nothing but a predefined functionality only, guys. And we have arithmetic operators, so we can see, so what are the operators we can perform. So actually this I think to get the power, we have this operator. If we want to get 10 power 2, we have this. So yeah, I think this operator will not work in Oracle. So this one. So to get the power, we have a function, predefined function, which is power. So we use this. And so we will discuss what is a match, and we will close the class today. So match is, so generally what we do in a statement, either we can use insert or update. So if you see, what we are doing, either we can inserting our data or updating a data using a single statement, but we have not done both operations in a single statement, right? So using this match, we can both do insert and update at the same time. So that's the reason we can call it as upset also. So for match, the syntax would be, so to perform the match, we need two tables. So one is a source table and one is a target table. So we target the data, we match the data into the target table. So using the source table data. So first, let us see what is the syntax of this. Just a minute. Yeah. It is going. So first we'll discuss what is the syntax. So match into target table. So what we are going to do? So we are going to perform the operator in target table. Perform this merge operator. in target table. So using the source table. So we perform this based on condition. So we using on we write a condition. Source table column. We just write condition. So here we write one condition. So if the condition is true, then what it is going to do when matched. So if it is going to match, then we perform. So when matched, then so we are going to perform update operation. And when not matched, like we are writing this condition here, right? So if this condition is true, that means it is matched. Then it will. So then update statement will be executed. And if it is not matched, when not matched, then what we do? We insert the date. Insert statement will be executed. Yeah, this is a syntax, guys. So you can see. So what we are doing? So we are merging into a table. So the table is going to be target table. So we can take any table as a target table and using the source table data. So using the source table data, we are going the data into next table. So based on a condition. So we write a one condition. So if this condition is matched, then what it is going to do? It is going to update the records of the target table. And when not matched, then so what it is going to do? So it is going to insert the same data. So what is the data not same in the source table? So it is going to insert the data into the target table. So let's try to understand using an example. So for this, yeah, for this we need to create two sample tables. So first we do that. Create table. Let us give it as target table. So this is going to be our target table, and I'm giving SID is number and a name. This is going to be varchar2. So we have created a target table and let's insert some data into it. So we can insert any data gets the sample data, so no problem. Let us say A only. And then let us insert one more data or one more record. So far what I have done, I have created a target table. So in the target table, I have inserted two records of data. And then we need to create a source table. So the source table is So the source table is also created, and let's enter some data here. So to make the data distinct, so I'm using this. So you can able to see when the update operation is performed, so you can able to see the change. So that's the reason earlier I was given A, so now I'm giving it as ABC. So the third record also I'm entering here because uh, this third record will be inserted because the third record is not here. So for the first, if I are going to write a merge command, so I will tell you first what is going to happen. So I'm going to write a merge command based on, so the target table's ID equals to source table's ID. Oh, sorry, here we enter the values into a target table only. Select star from target table. So let us see first what is the data we have in target table. So what is the data we have here? We have these two records. We don't need a third record and fourth record. So I'm going to delete them. So let us see how I'm going to delete. Delete from target table. Way. So these two are the records. It's ABC and BCD. So I'm going to use a length operator. So length function to delete this. So see how it is. Length of SID equals to 3. So what it is going to do? So where length of name. So where length of the name is 3 characters. So if you see here, ABC and BCD is having 3 characters length. So it will check come here. So it will check what are the records. So what are the records having length? Name of the length is 3. So length of the name is 3. So those records will be deleted. So 2 rows are deleted, right? So now let us see from the target table. So in the target table we have 2 records, 1 and 2, and their name is A and B respectively. And then we have a source table. So select star from. So this is a source table. So we have 3 records here, ABC, BCD and XYZ. So now let's try to write a match statement here. So where we are going to match into the target, right? So what is our target table here? This is our target table. Target table. Match into target table. So using. So what we are using to match the data? So we are in the source table. So using the source table, we are going to match the data into target table, right? So here we need to give the source table. So the source is this one, the source table. So on condition. So on what condition? The target table SID equals to source table SID. So these SIDs, earlier target table is having 1 and 2 as SIDs. It is having 1, 2 and 3 as SIDs. So what we are going to do, we are going to perform the condition on this SID column on both the tables. Like we are going to check if it is if there is 1 in the target table and it is 1 here in the source table. So that means this ABC record we are going to update. Like when matched, right? So the next is when matched. Then, so if you see the syntax here, so after the condition what we have when matched then. So means when the condition is met, when this condition is satisfied, we are going to update the data. Update target table, set. Sorry, we don't need this table here because we have already declared here. So on what is the table we are going to perform the operations, like using this merge into. So we have already declared that whatever the update statement, update operations or the insert operations that are going to be effect on this target table only. So that's the reason here we don't need to mention the table name. Actually, while writing the update statements, so what is the normal syntax is yesterday as we have discussed. So while writing the update statement, so here you can see update and then we have table name, then we have set. But here we don't need a table name here. The reason is we have already declared the table name here. So whatever the operations they perform, that are going to be effect on target table only. So that's the reason I'm not going to write the target table name here. So set. So what we are going to update? So I'm going to update target table's name with source table's name, and when not matched, like if it is a condition is matched, then update operation is going to be performed. Like if it is a 1 equals to 1, if the value with SID is 1 is present in both target table and source table, then update operation will perform. If it is not there, this condition is not satisfying, then it comes here. So when not matched, then so what we need to do when not matched, then so we need to perform the insert operation. Like as I said, update is both combination of insert and update. It's like performing the both operations in a single statement. So here I am inserting into values. So what are the values we have? So in the target table we are going to insert, right? In the target table we have so two values. So one is ID and one is name. So those two values we are going to insert with source tables values. So here, so see here guys, so what we are going to do here is we are going to mesh the data into a target table using the source table. So based on this condition, like we have SID in this table and we have SID in our source table also. So this is the source table. In the source table, what is the data we have in? So this is the data we have in source table and we have SID column here. We have 1, 2, 3 here and we have target table. So in the table what we have SID 1, 2 and name is A and B. So SID. So when this operation is performed, like when this condition, when this statement is executed, so what it is going to check means it is going to check so what are the two rows having the same SID, like it is having one as SID and in the source table also we have one as SID. So it will check the condition and it will take these two records. So this record from this table and this record from this table. So this record from this table, it will take both these records and it will perform the update operation. So how I am performing the update? Update set target table name. So in the target table, the name is A, right? So the name it is going to be updated with source table's name, and when not matched. So for 1 and 2 we have in both the cards, but these 3 we didn't have in our target table, right? So it is going, when this condition is not matched, like if this is matched, it is going to update. If it is not matched, what is going to do? So what is the record here not present in the target table and present in the source table? So the same record will be inserted in the target table. So let's insert this. So target source ID is environment. This here we have given SID, it is not actually ID. Uh, Target source. So see guys, three rows are merged here. So which means now that we now check the target table, you will understand. So what is happening? So select star from. So what is our target table? This one is our target table. See earlier what we have 1A and 2B as our target table. So now what it has happened? So for the rows which have, so which made this condition, like for this update operation is performed. So A is being replaced with ABC and B is replaced with BCD. So the reason is it is having SID 1 in the table, source table and target table. So it updated, and this third record is completely newly inserted. Because it is not in it is not present in the target table. It is only present in the source table. So when not matched, then what we have done, we have inserted this record. Because with the SID3 we don't have any record in target table. So then what happened is, so this operation will perform. So the compiler will come to this syntax when not matched them. So then what we did, so we inserted a value into this target table. So this is match statement guys. So the combination of update and insert. So at this time we might be find it difficult because we write a few join operators also, which we have not yet discussed. So while we perform, we have a concept called joining tables. When you understand, so when we are done with that, so you can understand it better. So this is the merge statement, guys. So how to use the merge command and what is the merge command? I'm inserting this in the PDF. Yeah, that is a merge command, guys. Do you have any doubts? Please, you can please ask me on today's class. So can we close the session, guys, today? If you don't have any doubts, so I will close the session here. Yeah, okay. So it seems it's fine. So yeah, thank you guys. I will ask Balaji to share this document, this class document. So not operator and so not operator and this merge confused. Yeah, Rajshekar, the reason is we are not yet complete with the giants, right? So once we are complete, then we will discuss it again. So to be frank, it's we are in the very beginning stage, so it's difficult for to understand mesh statement now. So once we complete with the giants, so I will again discuss the mesh statement. So, but I hope you understand the functionality. So the functionality is we can perform both insert and update in a single statement. Not and this not equals to operator both are same. Like it is a different way of writing a query, but the functionality is similar. So you can use any one of them. Yeah, okay. So any more doubt, guys? Yeah. Thank you. I'm closing the session here too.